Hello, listeners. Welcome to yet another episode of Changepreneurs Podcast. My name is Sathish Kumar, a life coach from South India, joined by my co host Sunil Sathyendra, fondly known as Coach of Coaches. Today's guest is someone who is on a mission to help working mothers rediscover their power and purpose. Priya Das is a career coach who helps women in their 30s and 40s, especially mothers, overcome self doubt, rebuild their confidence, and reignite their careers after motherhood. Through her initiative, Start Again with Priya, she is creating a safe and empowering space for women who have paused their ambitions to find balance, clarity, and growth, not from scratch, but from experience. Her message is simple yet powerful. Motherhood doesn't end your journey, it refines it. Priya also has a YouTube channel, Investing Done Right, to spread awareness about finance and investing. Listeners, let's welcome Priya Das, a real changepreneur helping mothers turn pause into power. Priya, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Satish. Uh, I was, I felt really good after listening this introduction. Just a bit of correction here. I'm not doing investing done right now. I have quit it 7, 8 months back. Although that journey was super impactful on it was really impactful for understanding the content creation, and there is a story behind it, what led me to create investing done right, and that also in the personal finance space. Right now I am coaching, my background is tech. I was doing something else also, but that's the power. You keep doing something and in parallel you can do multiple things, and that's about it. So we'll come back to it later, but really happy to hear these words from you. And this is the first time that I'm hearing. And thank you so much, Satish, for extending this invitation to join the podcast.
You're most welcome, Priya. It's an honor to have you on our show. So, Priya, if you have to look at your life, um, just go back your memory lane and find out how do you sum up your journey so far.
I think in one word or in one sentence, I can sum it up. It's about ideas that we all carry. And at
Mhm.
this point of time, I've realized that we have a story in ourselves that we keep telling ourselves on daily basis, and we keep forming it unconsciously, and we are having lot of ideas. Since I'm a working mother, so I do have lot of ideas. Before also, when I became mother, that time also I was having lot of ideas. But I think after joining this coaching, it came up with a transformation, because when I started verbalizing my thoughts, I started become more clear. And that's something I really love about coaching. I remember that in May month, I just decided that I want to go in the coaching, and it was all based on AI suggestion. I was just trying to do a personality analysis, because before that, I have tried a lot of things. Somewhere I felt that things are not working out, and that's when I use AI. AI has become very powerful now. It can tell you about your personality, and that's where I leverage it for understanding my personality. And fortunately, at that time, I was in US, and I joined some state-funded course about mental well-being, and uh, that stood out to be a game changer for me. That's where I understood that I have inclination towards it. I have been doing it in terms of call with my family and friends, but that's when I realized that it can be an interest area for me. So I just asked ChatGPT, tell me what are the career options that are available in this area, and that's where it told me that coaching can be one of the areas that you can proceed forward. So it was May month. I just decided that I want to go into coaching. I choose one institute and just enrolled myself. By June end, I started my coaching journey in ICF level 1. Since then, I started coaching. We started getting into these practice sessions. And that's where I leverage it to understand myself even better. Because once I started verbalizing what are my thought process, that's when I started understanding my personality better. Because before that, I think in when I was in college in 2012, I remember that I read my first ever book. It was The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari from Robin Sharma.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. That was the first ever book I read also. What a coincidence.
So during that time, it had given me a mantra that you write journals. So I started writing diary that what I want to become in my future. But it turned out to be a daily ritual for me that on regular basis I would write diary, and specifically on those days when I'm not feeling well, I'm emotionally feeling low. Since then I started writing diaries. I think I have this much bundle of diaries with me which I have written till now. But in coaching, when I entered, this is the first time when I started verbalizing. And what's the beauty about coaching is the coach cannot judge you. They cannot tell anything to you. They can just ask the right questions. And that's something very beautiful about coaching. And that's where I think I got a safe space and I leveraged it for my improvement, for my growth. And now since then I've come back from US. I was there with a idea in my mind that maybe I am going to settle there, but I think coaching gave me a good understanding about my personality and told me Priya, US is not for you. You need a good amount of support system around you to grow, because when you have a kid you need a support system. I'm not saying that people there are not surviving. Everybody has their own priorities, and I think I like to be among people. I like to be around people, and that's what my personality was about. So I just had an idea maybe I can survive alone, but I came up with this clarity that I need support. Without that, it's very difficult for me. And that's the first level of clarity I got with coaching. Since then I've come back, I joined back my office. I have my kid going to school, and since then I'm having these conversations in coaching about myself in these practice sessions. I've got to a clarity that whatever I want in life I already have. What is that I'm looking forward? I have a very comfortable life and I have started feeling very fortunate about it. And now with this, whatever I have, I just realize that I do understand the emotional side a woman go through after coming from motherhood. I think motherhood is really transformative because it's something that you cannot read. It's just that when you go in, when you step into it, that's when you realize it's something different. The late nights, the sleeplessness, your kid is always on you, the guilt you carry all the time that maybe you were ambitious and now you have to give up because you have to take care of your kid. There are so many emotions a mother carry, and when they start self-doubting themselves, that's when they think maybe they should quit their day job. And so many mothers do that. Once they quit, after that restarting is becomes very difficult. So I just want to tell those mothers that please don't quit. If your organization allows you to take a pause, let's say if they have option to take some break, like in my organization I have, so I leveraged all those employee benefits from my organization to take those pauses, and I did not quit. And that was the one thing I felt helped me to grow further. And right now my kid is 4 years now and she's in a very good space where she's able to, she's not bothering me that much as she used to bother me before. And during that time I was not able to focus a lot, but now I think she's in a better space. She's going to school, she's having her own friends also, her own time, she knows how to play alone also. So it's not like now I realize, what if I've quit? restarting is not that easy in this era where when the AI is emerging, the industries are changing. So wherever you are, whatever you are doing, if your organization allows you, just take a pause, and once you get a clarity, come back. So that's something I wanted to tell to mothers, whoever are listening to me.
Very interesting, Priya, in terms of the pause becoming an aspect of space of reflection, how you found coaching. And I think quite a lot of us, once we find coaching, it's a very different ballgame, right? So we don't have to ask questions, we don't have to figure out everything by ourselves. We have one or multiple coaches that we work with, especially in the peer coaching timeline where conversations turn into spaces of real change. And very interesting that you said that your organizations allows you to leverage on that. Can you shed a little bit of personal journey light into saying how it, you know, what happened in that journey of pausing your own, or turning your own pause into power? How did that happen?
Since then, I entered maternity and came back from the maternity leave. During that time, I remember that I used to have a lot of self doubt whether I will be able to come back, work properly. I was carrying a lot of emotional things in my mind. I was kind of very, uh, I would say I was very frightened also to join back. Lot many dilemmas in my mind whether I'll be able to balance my work with the kid. Unfortunately, I had the support system. At the same time, that self doubt remained in my mind, and that guilt is always there because once you start working, it's kind of if you have a meeting, you give TV or some kind of other activity to your kid, and then you just keep on juggling between both the things. And I remember it was 2023. I was feeling very overwhelmed. It was just 1 year that I joined office, and I was having good amount of work also at that time. And during that time, I felt that maybe I'm burning out and I need a break. And I started thinking about whether should I quit. But uh, and then somebody told me that instead of quitting, just see if you can get some paid leaves. Oh, sorry, paid leaves not. We have this concept of sabbatical. So just check in the organization if you have the option to go on a sabbatical leave for a 6 months duration instead of quitting. That's where I checked with my organization, and I think at that and something interesting came up because my manager, he understood my situation and he was kind of, Priya, there's one more option is there. Instead of going on a sabbatical or a 6 months of leave, do one thing. We have a reduced work plan. So what happens there is if you are working 100%, it just reduces your utilization to 90, 70, 60, up to 60% you can work. And according to your salary also gets adjusted. And I thought it looks like to be a good plan. So I'll keep getting my salary also. And I'll be spending time according to 60% utilization. That's what I opted for. So instead of 9 hours, I started working for 5.4 hours. That is something around 60%. And my salary also got adjusted for that duration. And I took it for 10 months of duration. So just 5 hours, I think that's good enough to have a mix that I'm able to focus on my kid also. And I'm getting a salary also. I'm having my space outside of home also. And that's very, very important for women. And and after 10 months, I felt that I'm in a good space to return back to 100%. And I work with Deloitte. It's one of the big four companies. And now, after motherhood of 4 5 years since I went into maternity, I feel very fortunate to be part of this organization because they have a lot of employee friendly benefits, especially for mothers. And because of that, I was able to balance it out. And That's about it, Sunil.
Satish,
Wow.
before you get in, I'd like to put in a question. So you
Yep.
said a lot of these emotions that the mothers go through. What is one of those aspects from your personal experience that most of the times gets either unseen or unheard while returning to work or even staying in that space of maternity?
I'll tell you my recent experience because I have because this was the first time I went to US, and this was the first time I was on my own, because before that I always had a lot of support system around me. During this time I understood the agony the homemakers go through, because they are inside the house taking care of the family, taking care of the kid full day, and still not getting that value that they deserve. I'm not saying that I was in the exact same space, but I felt those emotions. I felt that I have always been ambitious person. I am still ambitious. And I felt that this is non-negotiable for me. I cannot compromise my career to just being at home entire day. I need a mix of it. I want to do music. I want to pursue my hobby. I want to work on my physical fitness. I just cannot give it staying at home entire day, just cooking and taking care of the kid. That was non-negotiable for me. But I identified it. And fortunately, coaching came into space during that time when all those emotions were going on, whether we have to stay in US, whether we have to settle somewhere. I was having a lot of emotions that maybe this space is not for me. I'm not telling about others. This is not for me. This is not suiting me. I have a kid. She also wants people around her. This is I we started finding it very isolating, and that's when we decided, okay, right now this is not the good time to settle here, and we came back. But during those period of 6 months being working to a homemaker, I realized the emotions that women go through, and that's where I felt that maybe I can do something in this space, since I did not quit my job, because at one point I was about to put papers. And my sister, and I feel very fortunate to have her, she just told me, Priya, just take one day. Just take one day, and next day you decide whether you want to do it or not. I already had my conversation with HR. She said, tomorrow you can put the papers. And I think something happened. I felt maybe this is not the right time. And I was having lot many practice sessions in coaching where I was having these deeper conversation with the peer coaches, and they heard my situation very nicely without providing any judgment. And that's where I started understanding that I need to maintain my sanity, and that I can maintain if I have a mix of everything. I want to care for my family members, but I cannot give myself whole. I cannot pour from an empty glass to the other's glass. It has to be full first. And that's what I realized during that time, that I need a mix. I think maybe there's some other space that ecosystem was not suitable for me. And I came back, and now I think I have the gratitude towards what I have. Before that, also, I was having all of it. Somewhere I was confused that what am I doing? Why am I doing? But after going there, I started asking these questions every day. What am I doing? Why am I doing? Why am I here? What am I doing all day? So after coming back, I'm able to do all of the things which I want to do. And I think this is bringing the prosperity that I want in my life. And I've started realizing I'm already in a good space, and I've started feeling that gratitude of having things in my plate already and not looking beyond. Means you need to have a perfect, or maybe you need to have a balance of it. And since being a working mother, I have to give equal amount of time to my daughter also. And before just joining this podcast, she was kind of, I know you are going to record, I also want to record. So she just sat beside me, she recorded, I did not say, see, don't disturb me. I just told her, okay, come here. We still have 10 minutes. She recorded 2, 3 videos and then she left. I could have said, no, 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 no. But she also felt included. So she also needs my attention. So whatever I'm doing, there's a why to it. And I think I have started realizing that she is observing me. If I'm shouting, next day I'll see her shouting. And that's how they absorb. So I have to keep telling I think that equation has changed inside me because I've got this clarity that how I behave, she will absorb and copy in the same way. And that's something I think is happening in my emotional journey now after joining coaching. And I found it really, really transformative. And I feel fortunate and thankful for it.
Wow,
Wow.
wow. What a fascinating journey, Priya. You seem to have gotten into a space of perfect balance, and it looks like there is a lot of deep work that went behind this, you arriving at such a perfect place. So I want you to, unpack for our audience as to how you've arrived at this perfect place of balance.
I think there's nothing like perfect. It's just that
Mhm.
you keep juggling. And that's where you sometimes you feel satisfied. There are days when you don't feel satisfied. So perfect
Right.
word is not there in my dictionary now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there are a lot of events that unfold in your background. And there's a famous story that connecting the dots. You keep doing something, and one day you arrive at a place where you feel, okay, I have arrived. So if I have to unfold my journey, in 2014 I joined tech and I entered in courses. On day one, I told myself, this is not for me. It's been
Day
11
one.
day one. This is not for
Mm.
me. It's been
What happened on day one?
I I felt maybe I'm at a wrong place.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this is not according to my skill set. But I was very naive at this stage, and I had this was the first time that I was having my freedom. Also, I was independent. I had small seed of personal finance where I did not want it to be dependent on anyone. So I think that thing kept me going. And it's been 11 years, and now I'm restarting again in the tech space where I'm kind of telling myself, okay, right now this is for you. Whatever you want to do, you do on weekends. Today is Saturday, I'm doing this podcast with you. My organization is not behind. So I can do anything on weekends and still I can have my day job. And during that 11 years, what happened is initially I realized that I want to go into this L&D space. I tried also, but I did not carry those skills at that time. So, uh, and I think following 5 years, I improved those skills by joining Toastmasters, which is a platform for developing public speaking and leadership skills. I was in Toastmaster up to area director level. And then I got married. I don't know what happened. I just lost my interest. I went into this homely thing where I had to manage my work and the home also. And life changes after getting married. And that's when I
It
think
does.
it took a back seat for me. And when I went into maternity and joined back my work, at that time I started asking myself, what am I doing? And I started getting overwhelmed also because there were a lot of things were going on. I have to take care of my daughter also, and at the same time work also. So during that time, I think some event happened. I think I will tell you, some event happened. My daughter got injured and she had to be hospitalized in an emergency. Fortunately, she was fine. Uh, but that incident put a very deep mark on me because you see your kid going through that situation and you feel like, what am I doing? Why am I doing? start asking a lot of questions from yourself. And during that time, I just told myself that anytime anything can happen. So let me do what I really want to do. And I had this in my mind that she is going to absorb this from me. So during that time, when she was 1 year old, I decided that I want to do content creation. And since it was the beginning, I remember my first video being recorded. I was just talking in front of camera and I was not able to say anything. I felt like, come on, Priya, it's not your cup of tea. But he said, that's okay. I have been very strategic in terms of executing things. So I said, okay, for 21 days, let's practice in front of camera. So I started doing that. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, up to 8 day. I was kind of seeing my own video. After that, I lost that interest, but I kept doing it for 21 days. And when the days were hectic, I would just kind of just record, just say few lines in front of camera. And I decided, okay, this is done. I think I can do it. And I decided on 1st July 2023, I'll post my first video. During that time, I had not decided what is the niche I'm going to put in, what is the area I'm going to speak. But I educated myself in terms of video recording, video editing, audio editing, how the lighting has to be around, all those stuff. And on 1st July, before that, when I was recording that first video, I remember my laptop shutting down multiple times. But I said, 1st July is 1st July. And my video went live on 1st July somehow. And that calendar was always there that, okay, now 1st July, after 1 week, another video. So weekly once I decided. And fourth video hit up. So it took a lot of traction. It was around personal finance. I remember ITR1. So now when I mention ITR1 filing, I don't have this CA background. I am purely a tech person because I'm working in that space. I had my personal interest in that area because I kept educating myself, kept reading a lot of articles around it. And I wanted to understand the foundation of personal finance. And when my first video got hit up, I felt, okay, in this space only I can keep creating videos. And I started doing that. It started getting traction also. After 2 months, I had a burnout because I was doing all the things by myself, recording, editing, uh, shooting, scripting, all the stage of content creation. After 2 months, I realized that, Priya, it's you cannot do it alone. And then you have a daughter also. She's also suffering because of you. You need to have a team. And that's when I started building my team of freelancers who started helping with me with the content creation. And I started quantity. I increased the quantity of videos also, and I started posting shorts, long videos. And in February 2025, this year, when I started getting brand deals, that's when I realized that because all over this space now, I went through a lot of emotional up downs also. Because you put some video, you wait for that subscriber increase, you keep checking it. Sometimes when it is performing well, you feel like, okay, wow, it's performing well. And sometimes it is just views don't increase. And that's interesting journey when you go through it. And somewhere I was doing this personal finance, but I felt that this is just for me. I just don't want to do it for the world. Even though my channel is about to cross 1 million views, but still I felt something is wrong. So you always carry this in your head, backside. Something is wrong. You are doing it. Okay, keep doing it because you are doing it, but something is wrong.
What is
And
wrong?
I asked one question to myself. Is it something I want to do in next 30 years? I was already in a tech career. I told you on day one, I told myself that I don't want to do it. This is not for me. But it was giving me independence. And that was the reason that I stayed in it. So I always have something in my pocket which is filling my pocket. So something else, why I just want to do it for money? I can earn in near future, but I just don't want to do it for money. And I think, and I would say that after having, I had more than 100 of conversations in this coaching space now. After listening to so many individuals, I understood that everybody is looking to create impact. They want to do something in their life that brings value to other people. They want something
Right.
to do worthwhile. And I was also in the same shoes. So I felt, okay, I am also telling myself some story. It's not different. We all have this similar way of thinking. So I think those stories helped me to come out of my own story. And when I was, since I was mentioning about that personal finance space, I think during that time I realized this is not for me. And since I was going to US also during that time, so I decided, okay, let me take a pause and I will utilize my time away from work in US, because in US I cannot work for my company. I had to take a break, and that's a company policy. So I could not carry my laptop also. I just went there without any laptop, just a mobile device. Uh, so during that time, I leveraged that time to understand my personality, and that's when coaching came up. Now I have started doing coaching. After doing a lot of analysis, I've came up what I can do, what can be my niche, and my niche now is focusing on mothers, working mothers. I just want to tell them that please don't quit, take a pause if possible, and that pause can turn into power. Just don't quit. That's something I want to give a message to the working mothers, because these are just the initial years of motherhood that put a lot of question mark and create a lot of self doubt. But once this phase passes, that's when you realize, okay, I think you can continue with your day job also. And now, since I'm working also, I can do many other things in parallel, maintaining all the things at home, taking care of my priorities. And I've started understanding it's very important to ask yourself that why you are doing it. What you are doing, there are many things you are doing in your life, but why you are doing, what is the conviction behind it, what is keeping you motivated, and that's really important. And I think I have found my why after 3 years of in this 3 years of content creation, and I'm just following that why now.
Sunil, before you ask your question, I could hear a child cry in between. If it's your child and if you want to take care for a couple of minutes, please proceed.
If I go outside, I'll be stuck.
All right. I have a
Because
couple of yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a couple of interesting questions before Sunil, you ask your next question. One is, of course, suppose I am a working um, mother and I'm taking a career break and I want to make it big on the YouTube. You spoke about content creation, right? So, what advice would you give to a person who is taking a break and starting this journey on content creation? What kind of advice would you give to that person?
I would like to tell that person that if you want to pursue content creation, please do it. But understand the fact that content creation takes time. It's altogether a package of journey where you start putting yourself in front of world, then you go through that roller coaster ride of understanding your emotions, that people are giving criticism also to you, appreciation also you. 9 appreciation, 1 criticism. You will only think about that 1 criticism.
Right.
And then we fall into that trap of copying also, that okay, this trend is working, I want to do this. I realized after doing content creation for I realized this after doing 451 videos on YouTube, that you cannot fool your audience. After they sometime if you're not authentic, they are going to find out and they will just unfollow you. Nobody's paying you money for that. They have this liberty of following you and unfollowing you. And content creation looks attractive from outside, but inside it has lot of things. It's not that easy. Before doing one single video, it takes 2-3 hours of setup.
Right.
It takes lot of technical things, lot of efforts. Now coming back to the point where if I have to advise them that if they are going to put papers, I just want to tell them just take one day, rethink. So don't quit your day job for something that's still growing. That's something I would like to tell to the working mothers.
I think, Priya, that's also an advice somebody else also gave me, saying, don't quit your day job before you start up coaching. But I'd already told them you're late because I've already quit. So I'm a different species of there. So that worked out well in a different way. But I get your point, because a lot of the coaches that come in also get into the same, I can't say trap, but then that aspect that, oh, I think I've done my coaching, I've done my credential, the exams are done, the hours are done, oh, now I should start, I'm the next millionaire, billionaire coach, kind of a thing is almost a set structure in your head. And I'm very sure that this aspect of you can't fool your audience is something that somebody has to etch in gold and put it in every place where you can see, because that's they are also at all points of time choosing to subscribe to you, or choosing to sort of listen to you, and they can always unfollow and choose that space. And there's enough of conversations around any topic that we take that somehow leads them back to something that they would like. So that's a very, very beautiful point you brought out. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Sunil.
Yeah, I
Did-
have a
yeah.
question there, Sunil, if I can take it one. So, what would you tell people, Priya, if somebody is coming and asking you, what happened to your YouTube channel? Why did you leave it with that 451 videos? What's your answer to them?
I think in life, quitting is very important,
Hmm.
and you need to understand where to put that don't care, that cross. Once you start understanding where you have to put that cross, your life becomes simpler. Person, personal finance space and that YouTube channel which I created, it has, although I have quit, but I carry a deep level of satisfaction that I created good quality videos. And since February, I did not put a single video. And in last 7-8 months, my channel got 550,000 views in spite of not putting a single video. So that channel had the potential, and still I quit, and I have no plans to start it again. And it gives me a deep level of satisfaction that I did some work which is worthwhile and people are able to utilize it. And I never turned on turn I did not turn on monetization in my channel, because my objective was not to earn from YouTube. Well, I don't say that I had an objective of doing philanthropy. There are many other ways of earning through your YouTube channel. Monetization is just one part of it. But when I was doing that content creation, I knew who is my audience, because a wealthy person will not come to YouTube to watch a video and invest his money. Only people who are not able to hire a professional person for managing their money, who are below average or middle class people, they will come to YouTube and try to understand this concept and invest their money. So I don't want to show the ads to them. And that was my objective. And just some time back, I also turned on monetization for one video, and I realized that YouTube pays you very less also. So why to put that burden of showing that ads for your audience when you know that what type of audience is coming to your channel? At the same time, I also understood that personal finance is a very, very niche space. You put a lot of entertaining videos, funny videos, and how you are paid for those videos, and how much you are paid for a personal finance videos. There is a significant gap, and since I was paid also, so I understand the gap also. So please don't put just for the sake of getting popular. One day you get popular, next day people will just forget you because there are so much of content. So if you are planning to do content creation, be authentic. That's something people like, and that's something people cannot replace you.
Absolutely. I think the authenticity is a hardcore space. And also with YouTube, with so many content creations, so many stuff being said, the attention aspect is a very strong space where attention becomes a very difficult conversation to work with. On the same line to the attention aspect, and bringing it back to maybe the pause to power, uh, because there's so many things happening, from a maternity space to a physical health space to a mental health space, returning to office space. How's attention a conversation in say the pause to power conversation?
I remember one incident uh, when I was not married. Also, I was staying with my sister, and she had a 2-year-old daughter. So one day I asked her, Didi, how's the life? Means, isn't your creativity will be down after having her because you put a lot of efforts? And she said, no, nothing like that. She did not explain me at that time what it is about. It's only when I became mother, and that's when I understood that your creativity don't go down, because once you have a kid, you'll fall into so many situations. There's something, some anytime anything can happen. So every time you have to be, I won't say be ready also, you have to act. So create, there is no chance of going that your creativity will go down. And after, before becoming mother, I think I was in my own storytelling mode, that okay, I'll become mother, life will be like this, I won't be able to do these things. Okay, before, I think I was just engrossed in that self-believing, self-limiting thoughts. After coming into this space of motherhood, I realized that anytime anything can happen. So it's like that agile model where the requirements keep changing, the situation keeps changing, and the initial phase you self doubt, you get agitated, frustrated, irritated, all those high level of emotions. But after some time, what happened? You start seeing your kid also behaving in that way, and then you feel, what is that you are doing? Your kid is copying you, and they are just mirror. In coaching, we call that coach shows a mirror to the client. I feel that the kid shows mirror to you.
Beautiful.
For sure, yeah.
And now also she's just standing on the gate, and that's what I go through. Since people are there to take care of her, I'm relaxed. If no one is there, I just cannot keep that door closed. So that's part of a mother's
Mm,
job.
fascinating. So because we are all three of us are coaches, you said you will always need to keep the door open. So with coaching and with motherhood and all these, what are some doors that opened for you, and which possibly you want other women to also open those doors?
uh, with coaching, uh, it's a beautiful space. I've realized that being a mother, I carry lot of emotions, and I feel heavy. I used to feel heavy. There are small things that happen in a day. You just said something, you just did something, and that weighs. So entire day you are just doing your activities, and that weighs you. And in coaching space, I was able to unfold myself. So before in fact coming to a point where what is a segment that I can help, I coached myself. I understood my own patterns. I understood my own self believing limiting thoughts. I understood that what are the belief systems that I was carrying. And there was one beautiful realization that I came up is I always carried that belief system since I'm a working mother, and we carry this a lot, that husband and wife are equal.
Are they not?
They are like two building blocks.
Mm-hmm.
They are like stacks. They have different shapes, and they join together and make a beautiful picture. They are not equal. That's the realization that I came in. I have different set of responsibilities. My partner has different set of responsibility. I cannot try to put him in my shoes because size are different.
Oh, for sure.
So this was one limiting belief system I was carrying from a long time, and which was a hindrance in experiencing the joy of motherhood. And now, since after doing this self coaching, also now I'm able to do the self coaching for my own problems. I'm able to help myself. But before that, I tried understanding those patterns by leveraging these coaching conversations. And since I understood my patterns, I've started understanding that I can understand others' patterns also, and I was able to break them. And now, in a space, just 10 days back, I created my visual board. What's the term we call it? Uh,
Vision board.
exactly. I created a vision board. Now we have this AI. So I just told AI that these are the things I want to do in my life. Just give me a list, clear list. And it gave me a clear list that this, Priya, this is something you want to achieve in your life. What I did, I told Perplexity Pro, it creates amazing pictures. So I gave my picture and told Perplexity Pro, okay, create a woman with my face giving a TEDx speech. It gave me that photo similar to mine. And following similar pattern, I created multiple things that I wanted to do in my life, and I just put in front of me. So that vision board is in front of me with all the pictures. And I don't know what happened. After putting all those pictures, I've started becoming more focused in life. I've started understanding, okay, my life is there on the board. It's not in my mind. I'm just not just thinking that one day this will happen and I'll be happy. I'm already happy. This is something I want to do. Just keep taking actions. And there is no time limit to it because uh, magic happens every day. You never know what will happen the next day. So somewhere you have to have that hope also inside you, and just don't keep your happiness for that day. Be happy and then do whatever you want to do. I always wanted to do music, and I think I just kept myself uh, playing a guitar. And from that day, I am picking up guitar and doing practice. And the result is my daughter also comes with her small guitar, and she's also kind of tries to copy myself. So, and I kept one photo of her also playing in guitar in that vision board, and she feels very happy. And that's the power of vision board, and that's the power of having clarity in your life. That your whole life can come on one board, and then just keep seeing it every day, and something will unfold. Because when you see, visualize, the chances of achieving it is 90% more than if you don't visualize.
Correct. I'm a big fan of creative visualizations in process. And you spoke about TEDx, right, Priya? Um, See, this podcast could be one of the opportunities to get you onto TEDx if it happens. And when you are in that perfect space, right, you start attracting people and attracting opportunities. Somehow your posts about 100 days of becoming a coach attracted me, and that's how I reached out to you, and that is why we are talking today. I don't know if I have any question here, Sunil. I just wanted to share my thoughts there. If you have any questions, you can please proceed.
Sunil,
I
before
think
you say anything, I want to capture this moment and want to tell Sunil that you perfectly captured that TEDx thing. And
Hmm.
I really have full faith and that this podcast is going to go very far in the future and going to gain a lot of traction.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I'll have
And
to
that's
create my
coming
vision
after
board.
seeing your work, not
Yep.
just saying it. I've seen the work. That's where I'm telling you this.
thank you for that.
That's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
Not kind.
Absolutely. So
Please don't label it. I've seen the work. That's where I'm saying it with a lot of conviction.
fantastic. Thank you
We'll
so
take
much.
that. We'll take that. Thanks.
Fully accept that. So Priya, I think I am famous for bringing in a little bit of the unknown, the unconventional aspects into the podcast. So one of these things we've sort of gotten into the aspect is the podcast sort of asks the hosts a question that randomly comes up to them, and we'll see where it goes from there and come back to you, of course, after you asked us a question and we've answered that. So you have any question on the world, considering putting me and Satish on the hot spot, the slot is yours.
I'm really happy to get this opportunity and I will leverage it to the
Mhm.
core. Sunil, my first question is with you. You
Sure.
said that you quit your job. How was the journey after that?
I think for me, if I had to answer that in a very quick format, I think life happened to me rather than the other way around, me happening to life. I didn't choose to quit. If I had an opportunity, I would have completely stayed in the corporate space. But I'd say now that's the greatest gift that the universe, the powers that be, and God, or whatever that we call it, has gifted it to me. I think that's the greatest gift there is in the shortest possible format. Things are not easy for sure when you quit because there are a lot of questions. There are when I quit, I was on possibly what people call the cusp of shifting gears. At 30, you know, are shifting gears to life, you know, marriage, XYZ stuff. Uh, but at this point of time, when I chose to do it, or when life happened to me at that point of time, I just believe in myself that whatever comes, I am going to face this. I've faced epic adventures before, and this one's going to be the most epic one. So let's go for it. So I'd say the conversation is always about what can I do now with what I have, and how can I enjoy the process of whatever is coming to life as is now, and then go for it. So maybe just taking on the same anecdote. So Deepavali was possibly, I think, a week back, or week or so back, and I happened to lose the complete functioning of my vocal cord just 2-3 days back to Deepavali, which made it a mini vipassana for me for the entire Deepavali timeline. And I chose to see it as a gift rather than saying, "Oh, I'm not able to call people," and XYZ. So I chose to see it as a gift. I think after I've quit, the journey has become to look at everything as a gift that come from wherever the source is. So that's how I'd like to answer this.
Beautiful, no?
Sunil, you beautifully described it. And you start taking it as gift only when you go through that hurdle of going down and up. Those downs tells you that whatever you have now is fortune. And that's when you label
Absolutely.
it as gift. I
Absolutely.
think I want to ask the same question with Satish also. And he's already
Yeah.
prepared with his answer. That I can tell you.
See, I've had this conversation with people multiple times across peer coaching sessions and various people that I connect with. Right, I always share my story of why I quit the corporate. I left the corporate because I did not because I did not like it. It was something that pulled me towards something bigger in my life. Right. So I saw a vast majority of people who are going for any employment, right? They're not really inspired to get up like Monday morning and report to work. At least 80-85%, there is a research that says that. And I was having the similar pattern for a long time. Though some part of the work I did like. I did like speaking to a lot of people, uh, you know, traveling across and meeting people and connecting with these people. But then I was not designed for 9 to 5, rather 9 to 9 in my case. So not to complain about the organization that I worked. This is the case with most of the organizations these days, right? But I found myself stuck some 5-6 years back, and I got help when I was stuck. I found my mentor and guru at the time, and he helped me to transform my life. So I want to be this person in somebody else's life who helps them transform their lives. So I had this greater vision and I had this greater intuition, and I was introduced to a simple form of meditation by my guru, and I was practicing it for about 3-4 years of time, and I developed these intuitions that I had to leave the job and do something else. That's why I left, and thanks to the supportive family that I had, it was initially very very difficult, but just looking back and connecting the dots, and I can clearly see why it happened in the first place, right? And I see beautiful things unfolding in my life, and lots of people that I'm attracting, lots of opportunities and lots of possibilities. We have created a company, and thanks to the person sitting across, Sunil, with whom I did my first ever video podcast. And never ever in my wildest dream I thought about creating a video based interview podcast like this. But then it is happening. It just because of the space that I got into, and I attracted right people at the right opportunities at the right time. And now every week it's about learning from one person. Today we are learning from you, Priya, and just after this call we have one more podcast recording, so we are going to learn. And it's really really amazing the space that we have created, and we are going to interview lots of people, and we have a lot of good teammates as well in the show. So to answer your question about why I left the job, uh, I'm not sure if you asked why, but right now I see that I can impact a lot of people with the work that I'm doing. One with the podcast, one with the personal development movement that I've created, and of course lots of other initiatives that I'm doing through coaching and creating opportunities for coaches. Um, this work is very rewarding, and I find it very very um, I'm seriously blessed to be doing this job, and I'm grateful for what life has already given to me. I'm only 42. I have a lot of time to, uh, I have a lot of time to cover, to meet a lot of people and give that positive impact to their life. So that's about it, Priya.
I think, Satish, I may be wrong, but I'll tell you why you are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you were vulnerable, you wanted support, you got it.
Mm,
And that's where you understand that there are many people in similar situation who need support. And that's where I want
absolutely.
to help them. And that's
Mm,
what I see the why in it, why you did
yep.
what you are doing.
Right.
So that was really beautiful and inspiring for people listening to it and for all of us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Priya.
If you have to ask this question, I'll just take a few seconds.
Please.
Yep.
Why I did not quit my job?
Hmm.
Go ahead and
I realized that because being a mother, like question is a bit different. You get stuck in the daily chores of life and you start going into that self-doubting mode if you go back to work, whether you will be able to survive or not, whether you will be able to manage it or not. And after talking to a lot of mothers, I understood. And when I was into that space, I felt my life is going to go like this only. I had so much of self doubt in me that I started listening to those motivational video that every day I'll wake up, okay, don't do this, don't do this, do this. Don't focus, don't, sorry, do focus, don't tell this before doing it to other people. The focus will go away. All those type of motivational video I started listening so that my motivation goes up. But still, it was not helpful. Now I have joined my work, I felt like I have my own voice. I have my own network. I have space to express myself. I'm not stuck in home. I have my own life outside of home. And I can manage my home and work understanding the priorities. So I've created a theory in my life. I think it's inspired by Simon Sinek, The Golden Circle. What is the center of your life? And my center is very beautiful. In my center, it's my daughter and my husband. In the next circle, it's my extended family, my parents, my in-laws, my own sisters, and my extend all other family members and friends. And after that, in the next circle, it's the people whom I interact. The now the circle has concentrated. I know what is the center, and center needs a lot of attention from me. And I think if I keep my glass full, I can unpour it to their glasses also. But if I keep it empty, no way I can do it. And that's that's what I realized when I took a pause for 6 months. And that's why I say that you can turn that pause into power, because that pause can tell you who are you, what is that you want to do, what is that you can do, and why doing it is important for you. And I think during that pause period, I was able to understand that it's not good option for me to quit and manage, but it's a good option for me to manage it together. And that's what I'm doing it now. I have a day job. At the same time, I'm doing whatever else I want to do. So I'm not complaining now that I'm not able to devote time. I'm just managing it somehow. Daily life is like a hurdle. Keep doing it, keep doing it. So there's no kind of a balance. But yeah, based on situations, you have to act. And once you get that maturity, and it's important to understand what is important in that particular situation and just do that. Simple. So I have brought that clarity in my life. I think that is taking me forward. And that's why I did not quit.
Are you still in that 60% work plan, or you're in 100% now?
I'm in 100%. Last year only I switched back to 100%.
Okay.
I wish I as a individual may not be like, because I'm not married and also not having a kid, so I can't take a paternity break. But I had my own sabbatical, so I've seen that. But people who also become fathers, I think there should be a space where organization should also say, you also can work for 60%, 70%, whatever number of structure there is. So I strongly feel, as much because you brought up the concept about different people, different needs, or different roles and different aspects. I feel fathers do not have a choice in being involved in the young one's lifetime, especially the young timeline of the first 3 years, 4 years. You're either a weekend dad or the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock dad. So what about the rest of the day? If people are listening to it in all big four organizations, and so or any of these organizations, every organization, on behalf of dads to be and dads, this could be something of interest, because it really changes the way the world sees itself.
And Sunil, I would like to add on to it. Nowadays, fathers are a bit different.
Hmm.
They are focused on their work. At the same time, they are focused on their children also. They try to manage, and they are not those conventional fathers. They try to give that equal attention, and they also feel a lot of guilt when they are not able to do it. And since entrusting to you, Sunil, I did not know you are not married. Just now you mentioned. I'll put your profile somewhere.
Open for all possibilities. Yeah.
Open to all.
Yeah, the podcast found me my partner, so you never know where it leads. Everything is a gift.
Please do invite us. We'll come. We'll give
Yeah.
you some amazing advices which will be useless.
Uh,
Amazing and useless, interesting combination. So,
it-
Priya, we are almost coming to the end of our podcast. If somebody who is a working mother listening to this episode and they're not finding the motivation to get back to work for some reason, and they want to reach out to Priya Das and find that space so that they can get back to work. So, how people can reach out to you, Priya?
Before I tell them whether they should reach out to me, I
Mm-hmm.
want to tell them why they should reach out to me.
Mm.
Because when I was into that space, questioning myself in a lot of self doubt, I got that support system where my sister stepped in because she herself quit her job and she understands what happens after quitting. And since she is very dear to me, and she said, Priya, just take one day and rethink whether you want to quit. And I think that one day and that one advice kept me going. So I can be of that help. So if you are into that space, I'm available on LinkedIn. You can reach out to me at any time. Just drop me a message. If you want to have one-on-one conversation with me, just drop me in a message telling that you want to talk to me, and I'll be there. I can be of your help. It's just if you feel that you can trust me.
Yep, yep. And for listeners, we will put Priya's LinkedIn profile in the show notes for this episode. Please note. So, Priya, is there anything else that you want to share?
It was a lovely conversation. That's what I can tell. It was really inspiring to listen to both of you also and learning from your journey as well. And it was really wonderful talking to you on this platform. And my wishes to this platform that it gains the traction that it deserves, and you people are doing wonderful job. So my wishes
Thank
to
you.
both of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So, all right, listeners, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another episode of Changepreneurs Podcast. We are on Spotify, we are on Apple Podcast, we are on YouTube. Please do support us in whatever way possible. So, thank you so much, Priya, for your time. Thank you, Sunil, for your time as well. So, I wish you all a fantastic day. God bless you all. Take care. Thank
Thank
you.
you.